On 9/11, I was a police officer in New York City in the Bronx.
I was a lieutenant on Ladder 10 in Fairfax County Fire and Rescue.
I was a New York City police officer, the sergeant.
Daniel Gravis, Bob Zoldis, Robert Young. On this day 19 years ago, these three first responders risked it all.
The devastation was unreal, and you really didn't know what you were looking for. You were just looking for a moving person.
The whole idea was to listen for people possibly making noise, help me, screaming, whatever sounds you can hear.
We came over the hill and you could see the Pentagon and the smoke pouring out of it, the cantilever collapse was a little shocking.
Gravis and Young were in Manhattan that day and the months that followed, searching for bodies.
One thing that stood out of everything we were doing was the smell, because decayed bodies have a certain smell, and it's something that you never forget.
It got very dark overnight and eerie. The lighting illuminated all the dust that was still falling.
Zoldis was in Washington, D.C., responding to the attack at the Pentagon.
We were the first urban search and rescue team to arrive, but there had been a lot of great work by local police, fire, and rescue prior to our arrival.
All three opening their hearts to us, some for the first time.
I never really showed this before.
Gravis says this is the shirt he wore on 9/11.
Yeah, this shirt is kind of smells. It has like a chemical fire. I mean, the fire burned for such a long time.
Back then, the team used to give out stickers for each mission.
Zoldis, who is chief of the Durham Fire Department, keeps the helmet he wore on 9/11 in his office.
It's the actual helmet I wore there. Later on, it got rotated out due to age.
Like some of this stuff here is my old shields, so this is from back when I was on the job.
Young, now a real estate professional, has old shields and pictures he keeps at home. They've kept what they can so that 9/11 is never forgotten. But Young and Gravis say it's not nearly enough.
The Trade Center grounds should be a national landmark. It should be run and taken care of by the federal government.
And reality is, at this point in time, I don't understand why there's not a national holiday for it.
And though the pandemic isn't making it any easier to honor those we lost, Chief Zoldis says at the very least, this 19th anniversary should be a reminder of the America that came together.
If you can't go to a ceremony because of the pandemic, that you try to remember what life was like that day after, while members of my team and NYPD and FDNY and everyone else are trying to look for survivors, what the rest of the world was doing. It was an unbelievable time of unity.
In Chatham County, Evan Seary, Spectrum News 1.